Welcome back to the sessions on the subject marketing management. Myself is M. Umrais, working as an assistant professor, Department of MBA, MLR Institute of Technology, Hyderabad. In today's session, I'll discuss about brand. Now, we will start this session with understanding what is the basic definition of a brand. Then I'll move on to the elements of brand, and then we will discuss about what are the basic features of a brand, and we'll conclude the today's session with importance of branding. Now, so what is a brand? How can we understand, or else how can we define the term brand? Yes, according to this AMA, that is American Marketing Association, has given a clear definition for a brand. How it has defined a brand? A brand might be a name, a term, a design, symbol, or any other feature. So why we are going to have this one? For example, like let us consider, we sometimes so we will see the brand as a logo of a company. We will see the brand as celebrity. Celebrity is acting as a brand for a specific company or a product, something. Or else in some cases, there are certain taglines that we can use as a brand. Now, what we can exactly use as a brand means all of these or any of these things can be used as a brand. That is what we said, any name of a person. For example, I want to create some products, and that products will be promoted into the market with my name. Yes, there are many such type of products are available in the market. Or else just it is a term. It is not the name of a person or name of a product, but instead it is one of a meaningful term that we have in the market. Yes, Samsung, that is one of the word that we have. A name of the company that can be used as a brand. Or else design, like logos, as we said, as we can use the logos of different companies. Like Nike is having just an arrow symbol that can be used as a brand to that company. Any of these elements can be used as a brand. But one of the basic condition for any of these elements to be called as a brand is it should be it should differentiate one seller product from the other. That is a basic element that we required is uniqueness. So what is a brand means? In a single line, if we want to define a brand, we can say that it is a unique identity of a product or a company or any service that we have. Now, why do we require this uniqueness? Why? Because there are many number of products are available in the market. If I will go to I want to buy a pen, I want to buy a mobile, there are n number of brands are available in the market. In that case, how do the customer can identify? Last time the customer used my product, they are very well satisfied. Now the customer want to buy my product only again. In that case, we are helping the customer to give certain instructions to them to identify us from the available massive competition, massive products that are present in the market. So that unique identification, that we will call it as brand. Now this in a legality term, brand can be used as a trademark of a company. As we know that intellectual property rights are very important for every company. Now trademark is a one type of intellectual property, right? How do they will register the trademark? Many of the times as the organizations will use brand as a trademark. That means they'll register their trademark by using their either logo or name of that company, something that is representing their brand, that they are going to register as a trademark. It means that it will become unique towards that company. It cannot be imitated by any other competitor. So ultimately, it will help them to gain competitive advantages. A brand may identify one item or a family of items or items of all the items that the seller is selling. Now, do we require a brand, a unique identity for every one product that the company is manufacturing? Consider the companies like HUL, P&G, Amal. They are producing n number of different category of products. In that case, how do they is it possible to them to create an unique identity for every category of product that they are manufacturing? May not be. because if that has been registered as a trademark to one company means it cannot be reissued, it cannot be imitated by somebody else. In that case, it will be very difficult. For that, what the organizations can do, they are using family branding. That means for a group of products, they will use that single brand. Or else there are certain companies that we have that will use a single brand for all the different types of products that they are offering to their public, to their customers. It is used for the firm as a whole. They prefer the term as a trade name. So whenever they are using that single brand representing the entire products of that organization, that will call it as trade name. This is the basic definition of brand. Now, as we said that name, logo, anything can be used as a brand. Now, what that we can use? That we will call them as elements of a brand. That means elements of a brand represents that what features of a brand, what elements that we can use as a brand. The first name, as we said, that is name. So, name, it is a combination of different letters as can be used as a brand. Now, one of the best example that we have, it is Apple. Now, Apple is a brand. Yes. Now, the name that Apple represents, even we can see that, for example, wherever that you will see that Apple, the A letter is capital and all the other letters are in small letter, as it is even case sensitive. For example, I am using like this. APPLE, Apple, for my company. Now, do the company can file case against to me means may not be, because they have registered their brand with this name only. So it is case sensitive also that we have. We need to take care about many different aspects. That's the reason whatever the brand that we have selected, we should communicate this to our target customers in a very clear sense, so that whenever any other competitor is imitating our brand, then they can able to identify our brand very easily. So one of the example like Samsung that we have, it is also the name that they are using as Samsung Mobile, Samsung Refrigerator, Samsung, all that. Like that, as that we will call that as a name. The next one, come to the next one, that is logo. Yes, the organizations can use some graphical representations. They'll create the logos that can be used as a identity for their brand. Like one of the example that I have listed here, that is, this is the arrow mark that we have representing the brand of Nike. So wherever that you will see the brand of Nike shoes, sports shoes, etc. Now everywhere that we used to see that symbol. The symbol are other designs that can, it is only the symbol means, even we can use a different types of designs also, like what is that, Starbucks that we have. It is a queen that is surrounded in a circle with green color. That can be also be used as a logo of a company. The next one that we have, it is color. Now, can we use the color as a brand? Yes, we can. One of the best example that we can talk about, Cadbury Dairy Milk. Now, wherever that we will see the Cadbury Dairy Milk, the package color will be the same, that is purple color that we have. Now, whenever the organizations are going to imitate them, it is not possible that they can use that same color. If that same color has been used for a chocolate, then they can file a case against to them. That means color can also be used as a trademark by a company or a brand. The next one that we have, it is message. Like different types of taglines that we can say. Message here is nothing but the tagline, the punchline that the companies are using. This will become their brand. So through which that they have created their identity among the public. Well, like Airtel, wherever that you will go, there is a network, our network will be present. So like that, the taglines, that punchlines that we can use as a brand to our company. So one of the example, the value propositions of a brand, which is conveys through the brand personality. So whatever the brand message that we are communicating, that message itself is creating a personality to our product or our company. Like Nike, just go it. Like Raymond's that we have, a complete man. That type of taglines are representing their brand. The next that we have, it is shape. shape of a bottle, shape of a soap, anything that we can take. For example, Dove soap that we have, whatever the shape that they are using, that is little bit different when compared with the other people in the market. That they can register that as a trademark. Like Coca-Cola bottle that we have, that can be used as a, that shape can be used as a trademark. That means they can register on the basis of the shape of that bottle that we have. Or else we can talk about calcium tablets. Now this calcium tablets will come in a bottle that is showing a woman body part, I mean woman head, all that will be present on that calcium bottle package. That shape that we can go for a, that we can use as a brand. Other than to that, as we can use aroma, that is fragrance. Like this can be used majorly for perfumes. So majorly whenever they have manufactured any perfume, they have used certain formulas and all. They have struggled a lot. After that, just simply what the other competitor is doing, they are just imitating that. How can we get protection from that one? How can we enjoy certain profits to some extent? For that, as we can register even that. That is, aroma can also be used as a brand of a company. For example, like Starbucks that we have, the freshness coffee smell that they have, that aroma that we have, that can be used as a brand. And the last one that we have, even the sounds, that is music. There are musicians that we have, they have composed the different types of sounds that can also be used as a brand. One of the best example even today that we will talk about, Nokia ringtone. Yes, Nokia ringtone is not much more popularized in the market now, but its ringtone is still popular. That is what they have used. That ringtone itself is representing Nokia. So all these are the various elements that these are not the all, but these are also considered as some of the elements that we can use as a brand. Now, come to the next one, that is, how can we select? I have a company, I am going to launch my company newly into the market. Now I want to create a brand for my product. Can I use any name, any design, any geographical area, or else what I can use as a brand, an identity, unique identity for my brand, for my product? For that, anything that we can consider, but there are certain basic characteristics or features that every brand must possess. Before going to discuss about the various features of a brand, why we are creating a brand? We are creating a brand with only the single purpose that we have. We want to make it as unique, so that the customer can able to identify, differentiate from the other competitive brands. Now, in such a scenario, how I need to create means, consider your customers. When we are going to create any brand, that should be identifiable by the customer. So whatever the features that we are going to define, all those features can be defined majorly by considering the customers. It should be meaningful. It should match with the product. For example, I am using like a Fevicol, Fevistick. Fevicol is a company which is manufacturing the products that are very strong to join two different objects, as we are using the Fevicol. Now Fevicol shampoo is available in the market. Does it can be acceptable by the customer? Means may not be. Why? With respect to the shampoo, hair, the customer required smoothness. But whereas the Fevicol is a brand very well known for its hardness, toughness. In that case, it is two extreme points that we have cannot be accepted by the customers. No, such type of branding should not be done. When we are going for a branding, it should be in such a way that it should match with the product. It should be judged based upon the customers. With respect to that, let us have a look on certain basic features of a brand. The first one that we have, it should be short and simple. Why it should be short and simple? We are making the customer to identify. When do the customer can identify? To identify, first they need to remember. Yes or no? If there is a like very big essay about something, can I able to remember that one? Means may not be. In that case, what happen? It will take time to recall. Meanwhile, the customer will switch to some other brand. So in order to make the customer to identify, to remember our brand, we needed to define our brand to be short and simple, so that the customer can able to remember very quickly. Like some of the brand names that I have listed here, like Apple, Lux, simple word. Okay. An organization should ensure that a brand should be short and simple. It is because brand name is long and complicated, then it will be difficult to the customer to recognize it. So the customer might not feel easy to recognize or remember it. Come to the next point, that is easy to pronounce. There are certain type of phrases that we have, like why we will need to use the brands in such a way that it should be easy to pronounce. Customers will have hesitation generally. For example, when I could not able to read certain words very effectively, in that case, whenever I am going to recall such type of words in a group of people, I'll feel little type of guiltiness, little bit of hesitation that I have. Why I have that means because I could not able to pronounce it in a proper way, so that the other person will treat it in a negative sense. For such type of elements, what simply that we will do, we will ignore. We never involve into calling them. So when a customer remember our brand, and when he is going to ask the ask the retailer about the brand, then only they can able to buy that. When they are hesitating to pronounce that, how can he will ask to the retailer? And the second element here that we need to remember, many of the people will prefer the brands as a status symbol. Which perfume that you are using? If the perfume name is very easy to remember, very easy to recall, very easy to pronounce, then I'll say very quickly. But when it is little bit difficult, then what happen? I'll definitely hesitate to share with somebody. Ultimately, what happen? I have spent much more money to get that status. When I could not able to get that status representation, then what is the use of such a brand? I'll switch to some other. Because of that, when the difficult names that we are using, it will be, these brands might not be accepted by the public. An organization should ensure that a brand name should be easy to pronounce, as the customers will otherwise hesitate to demand these products at the respective counters. For example, the different types of brands that we have, that will be difficult to pronounce. In that case, definitely the customer will switch to some other brand. Come to the third characteristics, that is suggestive. Now, suggestive represents that whatever the brand that we are using, it should be in such a way that it has to reflect the characteristics of a product. As when it is representing the characteristics, then ultimately it will help the customer to evaluate. I went to a shop to purchase a shampoo. I have seen a new brand. I went to a shop to purchase a new mobile. In that case, it is a new brand that I don't know. In that case, how do I will take the decision, either shall I try this or not? If the brand name is representing what are the characteristics of that one, then definitely I'll prefer that one. Like the restaurants that we have, like some type of restaurants, what they will do, Rayalaseema Ruchulu that they will use, Hyderabadi biryani that they will use. That means with the brand itself, they are representing what kind of food that they are providing. If it is matching, then I'll prefer. For example, like I'm a less spicy that I will eat. Rayalaseema Ruchulu. In that case, with the name itself, I will decide, okay, it might be the spicy food that they are providing, so I will go back somewhere else. So, such type of evaluation will become easy when we are using the brand names that are representing our product. We need to evaluate with respect to meaning of that brand before finalizing it. A brand must be a suggestive. It means that a brand should be suggestive, the product's utility. So, what kind of product it is, how it is, what it is, something that it has to represent. For example, Hair and Care. It is a brand representing the hair. So, why it is used means it is used for it is a hair care product. So, from that I will decide either I will buy or not to buy that product. So, it should be suggestive. And the next one that we have, that is, it should be unique and distinctive. It is mandatory. Until and unless our brand is imitatable. If it is not unique, then it is meaningless to use that brand, because I am also similar like the others. In that case, what is the differentiation? Such type of elements won't be considered as a brand. A good brand name should be unique and it should be differentiated from all the other available brands in the market. The next one that we have, it is meaning in other languages. We have generally, there are different types of words will give different meanings in different either the context or in different languages. Before going to finalize our brand, use the name as a brand, we need to verify that. If certain products what we are using, if it is giving certain type of negative meaning in other languages, other culture, we have to reduce that, because by using such type of brand names, we are making that category of customers not to buy our product. So that should have a meaningful element in other languages also. Like it should be after taking that, we need to verify with respect to the various cultural representations as well as different kind of languages that we have. The next one that we have, it is consistency. Now, why do we require the consistency? Basically, yes, it is not mandatory that we can use a single brand for the different types of products. But when we are using this single brand for different type of products, then it will be very easy to the company as well as the competitors. When we can use this one? So, when we are selecting in such a way that it is suitable to the all category of products. For example, as I said just now, Fevicol is a company. Fevicol, the general meaning, if we will see, it is the strongest attachment that it will create. Now, Fevicol soaps are available in the market. How can we accept that? It is very difficult. So, the customer might not prefer, Fevicol is offering the different types of groceries, shampoos, FMCG products and all. In that case, if the Fevicol company want to introduce all these elements, they should go with another brand. So, it is not suitable to them. Instead, like Ashirvad that we have. Ashirvad, it has introduced into the market like an atta. Ashirvad is a very well known company for atta. Even Fortune, it is very well known for oil. But now these companies, what happening? They have entered into like grocery sector. Now, in the groceries, they are using their same name because, yes, it is suitable. So, the consistency has to be verified before going to select a brand. So, those are the various aspects that will explain about the features of a brand. Now, come to the conclusion part of today's session, that is importance of branding. Why we need to go for branding. Like product identification. As we said that it should be recognizable and it should be differentiated so that the customer can use our product without any confusion. Otherwise, what happened? The customer might have purchased some other competitive brand, but they are dissatisfied with us. Many of the fake products, fake websites are available in the market. What the customer are doing? Name might be same, but they are just doing a small cheating in that. Like as I said, Apple, APPLE, Apple is the original brand that we have. Instead, what I have done? I have used like small APPL capital E. That is even the Apple company cannot take an action against to me. But the customer, if they are not knowledgeable enough, maybe Apple is a very reputed brand, they might not able to identify. But whereas if we will take certain type of national level brands, in that case it will be difficult. Yes, for those type of elements, what happens? The customer by buying this product, they'll see, they'll may confuse that we have purchased Apple only and it is not good. They'll give the feedback to the others that Apple mobiles, Apple laptops are not good, which is not fair. So, to remove this kind of elements, whatever the brand that we have, this will help us. We need to communicate that to the public. The next one that we have, it is build a customer loyalty. So, when the customer is satisfied and when we are making them to recognize us, to buy the same product again, in that case, ultimately what will happen? Yes, the customer will repeatedly purchase the same product. Why? Here also one benefit to the customer is that their evaluation cost will reduce us. Search cost, which we will technically call it as. Which is the best product suitable to me? I am using the pen. Now, there are different types of pens that are available in the market with the same features like an SS brand. SS Prime, SS Prime that we have. What is the basic element of the SS Prime? They are using the transparent body and they are using the cap and the backside part will be the color, blue, black, yellow, green, something that it will come. There are many imitating brands present in the market. How do we how I will identify? It is SS Prime is printed on its body. Now by using that, I will able to identify. Now by using that, what happen? I will become regular customer to that. Like that, as we will identify. Now provides competitive advantages. Now when we are able to communicate about this brand in the market, then definitely we are able to differentiate ourselves in the market, and at the same time it will also add some superior features of our company array product. It will enhance us brand equity. Now what is the concept of brand equity? In future is a session that we will address about this concept in detail, but for time being, what is brand equity? Equal demand for all the products. For example, like a company like Amul, when the Amul is a very well known brand for manufacturing of dairy products. Now when the company is manufacturing the dairy products, I want to purchase butter, I'll definitely go for Amul. I want to buy milk. Amul is manufacturing milk, but for milk I am going with Heritage. Now why such type of elements? If this scenario is happening, the organization might not able to grow in a proper way. So that achieving this one is known as brand equity. So when the customer is very happy with the Amul butter, when we are using the same brand name, even for rest of the products, whenever we are introducing any new product, as the customer will have the same trust, and there is a chance that they will increase the purchases. The next one that we have, it will facilitate for marketing and promotions. We are introducing a new product. For example, Amul has introduced a new product like Amul Sweets. Certain categories are available. Like in that, they are going to introduce some other new dairy products. In that case, as the Amul is very reputed brand in the market, because of that, yes, it is very easy for them when they'll use the same brand name to the other new products what they are going to introduce to conduct promotional activities. Now it will also create a trust and credibility. So very well known brands communicated to the customers audience in a proper way, definitely they will create the trust, and at the same time the credibility of that brand will increases. The next one that we have, it will supports for product line extension. Now what is a product line extension? Means introducing a new category of products into their market. Best example, as we said just now, that is Ashirvad Atta. Ashirvad is very well known brand for atta, as well as Ashirvad spices are also very famous in the market. But now Ashirvad has introduced the different aspects like Ashirvad dal available, Ashirvad different types of besan is available. Like they have all the different category of Ashirvad vermicelli, all this they have introduced. That means whenever they are going for the line extension, when their brand is popularized in the market, then ultimately it will help them. It will increases the buying decision of customers. I am regularly using Ashirvad Atta. Now I want to buy a besan, Ashirvad besan that I have seen in the market. Now what I will do, I don't have much more doubt on that, because whatever the Ashirvad products that I am using, I am already happy with that. Then definitely I am very preferable to go for besan also. That means the customer decision making will become very easy when the brands are popularized in the market. So the next one that we have, it is increases the business value. So it will help to attract the new investors of a business, new partners to the business, along with the new customers. Ultimately portfolio of customers, investors will increases to a company. It will create emotional connectivity among with the customers. So whenever there is a brand has been accepted by the people, then the customers are emotionally connected with that brand, so that they can able to recognize it very effectively and easily. It will help in market segmentation and positioning. We can able to, when the brand is much more popularized, it is very easy to communicate to the people, and at the same time the well-known brands they themselves will become the legal protection towards an organization. So these are the various reasons why we are using a brand. Now there is a small concept that we have different types of brands. Now this is one of the traditional distribution or classification of a brand that we can see. We can use individual branding. That means for every product we will use a specific brand. For every new product that we are going to release into the market, is for that as we will give a separate name, like P&G products, like Tide, Ariel, like Pampers. There are different number of brands are available. For every new category of product that they are introducing, they are introducing a new brand name. With that, what is the difficulty? Much more promotional expenses, because your product should be accepted by your brand should be accepted by the people. Otherwise, I am using Tide. When the customer is going to buy some other product of P&G, if it is a new brand name, I don't know who is the manufacturer. I don't get that credibility on that product. Instead, if the same brand has been used, blindly that I'll follow, because I'm already happy with the existing product of that respective brand. So to remove that difficulty, yes, we will use the second one, that is family branding. Now, family branding means whatever the products that the company is manufacturing, for that specific category of products, they'll use the same, like Samsung, LG that we have. Whatever the electronics that they are introducing into the market, they'll use the same brand name. Now, the next one that we have, it is corporate brand name. That means the corporate name itself will become the identity, like a brand to that company, like Tata. Whatever the products that that Tata is introducing into the market, they'll use the same brand, that is Tata. Tata Salt, Tata Car, or else like Tata Docomo Mobile. The different elements that they'll use, but the brand, the primary brand, that will become Tata as common for everything. The next one that we have, it is combined brand. Combined means two different that we can use, like corporate brand that we can use, along with we will also go for individual branding, like Nestle, KitKat. Nestle is a company. Now they are using Nestle for even coffee also. There are different types of products are available. Now Nestle KitKat is one type of product, that is individual branding along with corporate branding. That we'll call it as combined combination branding. And the last one that we have, it is a private brand, that the organizations are using their creating their own private brands. So these are about different types of brands that we can use. This is all for today. We will meet in the next session with brand identity, brand image, and brand positioning. Thank you.